What is going on, guys? We are coming at you with another video. We did a video called Hashtag Carnivore Diet where we go on Instagram and we look at the hashtag carnivore diet and we see all the wacky stuff people are posting. Do we agree? Do we disagree? We just talk about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the same today with hashtag vegan diet, which if you guys are new, we do a keto diet. Our channel's all about keto diet, paleo diet, just more like ancestral eating. So obviously we disagree strongly with the premise of the vegan diet. So we're gonna scroll through hashtag vegan diet and we're mainly looking for like graphics or images that we can react to, not really selfies.
Sayings, memes.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I was scrolling through and I already did this earlier and almost every post is about detox smoothies. So we're not gonna do any of those. Just so you know, that is 90% of the hashtag vegan diet. It's detox smoothies. Starting off, we got Totally Vegan Buzz. A plant-based diet could save your family $1,800 per year. New study finds.
That is nonsense.
Do we need a study to tell us that a plant-based diet could save you $1,800 per year?
Well, what are you eating? And what is the quality of it? And where are you getting this food? Like, if I'm just eating Ben's Minute Rice from Aldi, like, yeah, sure, I'm going to save a ton of money.
Yeah, if you literally just eat rice, you'll save tons of money.
Chia seeds are so expensive, so are hemp hearts. And I feel like I saw chia seeds in that picture.
I mean, if you eat the vegan diet the way your, like, idol influencers on the internet are eating vegan diets, you're spending a lot more money than you currently are on whatever diet you're on. But yeah, I mean, you could live like a, you know, a Roman pleb and live on $1 a day pretty easily. Just eat oatmeal and like rice all the time.
And beans, canned beans and stuff.
But is it just like price per calorie, or are we also caring about human health?
And quality of food.
Yeah.
And sourcing. Foods were like celery and carrots. It's like, that's not going to satiate me for...
Celery is a terrible cost-benefit analysis.
Yeah.
You spend $3 and you get 20 calories. It's not a very good way to spend money. Smoothie Burn Fat says, reduce belly fat. Almonds, watermelon, cinnamon, celery, cucumbers, tomatoes, avocado, apples, tart cherries, prunes, mint.
Blend it up and suck it down. I'm just kidding.
So, a couple things. Source needed probably there.
Just because you put a picture of a fat belly in the back of these foods doesn't mean it reduces the fat.
And also reduce belly fat. I mean, you have to reduce body fat. You can't really just reduce belly fat.
Yeah, you can't spot treat.
But this also could just be like some random person posting dumb stuff. But it has 1,500 likes, so it makes me think they're not. They're like actually, you know, someone that's.
But this is very just easy to see and just believe, you know.
Yeah.
Because if those are the only things, like prunes, okay, poopy. Watermelon, that's literally just water. You know, mint, like is that even a calorie? Like mint, what are you doing with mint?
I don't know. Like, yeah, is there some sort of chemical compound that's reducing belly fat? I know there's not, but like, what's the claim? Did you know drinking lime and chia water is great for a gentle daily detox that helps shed pounds, improve skins, has an abundance of vitamins and minerals?
I almost just want to do this for our next vlog to start the day and see what happens.
8,700 likes.
Dang. People are just shitting their pants.
This is just so absurd.
Lime juice and chia. Oh my goodness.
There's no like citation. It's just, yeah, drinking lime and chia water, great for a gentle daily detox.
You know it's not gentle though.
Non-vegan. This is a steak knife. Vegan. This is a tofu package opener. Because food's supposed to come in packages, right, guys? I mean, it's just like such an absurd perspective on the world. Like this is a...
But can't you use a knife to cut like literally anything else but a tofu? Like apples and pears?
It's just absurd to me to think that the right perspective is this is the thing that opens the package that I get my food out of. For real, why are tofu packages sometimes so hard to open?
They are, and
right, guys?
And you have to use a knife to open them. And then the water squirts everywhere. Like, we get it, yeah.
There's some things like that where I just like kind of cringe, where it's like super inside baseball and everyone that's like kind of on your team already, of course, are gonna be like, oh yeah, I opened tofu. But everyone else that's just a normal person's like, what do you guys are insane. This I thought was just like sort of a funny commentary on just everything.
So this is the company.
Yeah, this TM launches new dark soy and garlic chicken alternatives. That's so much better than buying chicken from a local farm. You should support this TM. John Venus, I think he has a YouTube channel too. He's asking who's eating whole foods, and look at the foods he has. Imagine cultivating this in the wild. Not to mention the amount of plastic and shipping that goes into this. But it's just such a crazy worldview that you think this is what's required to sustain life. Like this amount of food. How long would this last for?
Not for, and how much would this fill him? Like, how many meals is this? Like, he's past to eat all of those kiwis to be full. He's a big dude. He must eat like 3,000 calories a day.
Yeah, probably.
That's not a lot of calories there.
Unless he's really short. Yeah, I mean, this whole table, what? It's like, I guess there's some tofu and stuff over here. This whole table
isn't as much food as I think he would probably need.
Comment below and estimate the amount of calories on the table there, guys. I would say, are we looking at maybe like 5,000 at
thinking.
most? So like 2 days of food? Did you know hugging and cuddling kills depression, relieves anxiety, improves skin, and strengthens the immune system?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, kills depression, that seems kind of strong.
Well, they're just using the word kills.
Okay.
But yeah, it probably improves the depression or symptoms or tendencies.
I don't know about, do you improve skin? I would need to see a source for that.
I mean, I would imagine it's the opposite because like our oils are rubbing together.
I would generally say, yeah, close human contact is good for most things. So maybe it improves skin. I don't think we know that for sure. But you can just write stuff on pictures on Instagram and, you know, people believe it.
It's a weird picture.
Yeah, it is. Because they're not cuddling. They're like
kissing and
yeah.
They're doing like a dip, like they're dancing. Just
a morning reminder that terms like cage-free and free range are jokes. I really dislike people giving me PSAs and reminders on the internet.
Yeah, especially when like just a morning reminder, kids are starving all over the world. Like that's something that maybe we should be reminded of, but like that is dumb. Like get out of my face.
Yeah, and it's always like a real, like, sarcastic, like, I'm so much better than you comment that comes after the PSA and the just a reminder.
Yeah.
That's why I dislike it the most. But I wouldn't say they're jokes, but yeah, they're pretty meaningless terms. Like, free range is not meaningless. Free range is actually something good that you probably want to look for in your meats and eggs and stuff.
Cage-free, yeah.
Cage-free essentially means nothing. It just means they're probably... They're
not in cages, but they're like in a big cage, right?
Yeah, they're not seeing much sunlight. I mean, the big difference is, are they free to roam, get sunlight, and maybe procure some food from the ground and the soil and stuff? Yeah. Did you know having one lazy day per week can help reduce stress, high blood pressure, and improve mental health?
That's just like an excuse to be a sloth.
That was my first reaction. I wanted to see what yours was because I agree. I mean, I guess
I agree with it, but like a lot of people are like, well, then I need like 3. Like they take it to the max.
What is a lazy day?
Are the other 6 days out of the week, are you active? Are you on your feet? Are you getting stuff done? Probably not. Do you need that one lazy day, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, what are your standards? So, like, if we talk about, like, my grandpa's lifestyle versus mine, every day is a lazy day. Like, we're all doing lazy days every day. So
compared to grandpa.
Like, yeah. I would say there's probably something to that, though. Like, kind of just getting out of the Monday to Friday grind and, like, taking a little bit of time. But, like, a lazy day...
What about, like, a day of outside...
Yeah,
being outside.
I wouldn't call that lazy though.
No,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Like instead of like a lazy day, because this person's just like sitting in a tub eating chocolates or something like that. You don't need to do that.
I mean, you don't get too many days. Taking 1 out of every 7 off to me, that's. I mean, you're
doing something wrong.
They're not going to be writing books about you one day. That's for sure.
I mean, also, do you have kids for a family? Like you can't just.
Yeah, that's true too. But the vegan perspective, it doesn't usually factor in the idea of having kids.
That is so fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm not even upset at it because, like, don't procreate. That's fine. But, like, crazy, right? To think.
It's weird
that's what we're supposed to do. Like, that's why we're here.
And speaking of it, here's the next one. I'm 30, I'm not married, I have no kids, and that's okay.
So, like, I'm in favor of that because of the societal pressure and the pressure we put on ourselves. Like, 30's old, like, clock's ticking, like your eggs are gonna drop any moment, like they're gone. So if you're okay with being single, not having kids, and you have other fulfilling things around you, job, family, friends, whatever, great. But is that something to be super proud about?
If it was okay, this post wouldn't exist. If it was really okay internally in your mind, you're like, I'm totally okay with where I'm at in life, that wouldn't be a post you're making, would it?
A lot of people need to reaffirm these things through social media, though.
I mean, it is. If it is truly okay with you, I do think it is okay. But I do think nowadays, maybe you guys will disagree with this, we act like there's literally no biological timeline on having kids. Like, if you want to do it when you're 47, just start a family, go for it. It's like, that's not how it works. You can't really do it. You have to kind of plan for these things. The younger you do it, the better. Obviously, but like you got to weigh the pros and cons, like where are you at in life financially with your career and all that type of stuff. With your fertility, the younger the better, obviously. That's why we used to have kids when we were like 15 years old. In general, yeah, if it's truly okay with you, it's okay, of course.
And I think 30's young. Like, you still have time. You
got plenty of time.
Do you eventually want to do it, though? I feel like you're saying it's okay because you never want to get married or have kids.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
If it's truly fine with you. I think what I know about like human nature would say you're probably going to end up miserable. But if you think otherwise, it's fine. Do whatever you want.
I just think there's a lot of women, and I know people like that I went to law school with, who were just, they needed to be married, need to have kids by a certain age. Like, you have so much pressure on you. And if they see something like that and they're in the same boat, they could be like, oh, wait, it's okay. You know, It is helpful to a lot of people.
Vegan dating app hits 200,000 user milestone.
Vegly?
So this is really great because if you are a vegan, then you will never have to interact with someone with a differing viewpoint of your own. So there's that. I guess that's good.
I always just think about like the children you're going to create.
Yeah, I mean, if you strongly believe in veganism, though, and you create a vegan child, I guess that to you is a good thing.
I know, but it's not good for their health. Like, if they want to be vegan when they're older because their parents were vegan, fine. But, like, the nutrition your body should be getting when you're pregnant, and I feel very strongly about this, and then your child should be getting as they age, like, they shouldn't have distended bellies, and it'd be, like, thought of as just, like, a baby belly. Like, I've seen vegan babies that do not look healthy.
You have to just consider the idea that they're right and you're wrong, though. So, like, they should be able to just do whatever they want. I agree.
They do, and they can. Yeah. It's just upsetting for me.
Me too.
Because I have a child.
Because we're right. But, yeah, I agree. So this one, smoothie burn fat. So, that's just a funny name. Smoothie burn fat. Some cubes of celery there, and it's satisfied for 20 minutes. And if you put peanut butter on them, you're satisfied for 2 hours. And it's because it provides fiber, water, protein, and healthy fat. And the thing that stood out to me was this idea of healthy fat.
Well, I do agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't be scared of fat. Yeah. And eat more to be fuller longer.
Just the idea that peanut butter is a healthy fat. It's literally like outside of the fats we know, like seed oils, vegetable oils, it's not a healthy fat at all.
No.
High omega-6, like it wouldn't ever classify as a healthy fat. Plant-based sources of iron. Chlorella, spirulina, dried apricots, tempeh, hummus, spinach, mushrooms.
Okay, and so let's be completely objective about this.
Yes.
So iron, and just thinking about how our body absorbs it and stores it. If you look at these sources versus animal sources, the animal sources provide more of that, right?
Of course.
So that's just a fact, 100,000,000% fact.
I was thinking more about the procurement of these foods in nature and the idea of actually being a human being, just like sifting through a pond eating chlorella.
Well, see, we're at a time and a place where we can get these pills or these powders and we can do it, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to actually absorb this iron, store it, and it provide like nutrients for you and your baby or whatever, like getting it from the proper source is very, very crucial. It just doesn't make sense to get iron from those sources.
Well, it doesn't ever make sense to eat algae as a human being. No, this is a really...
Oh my God, my dad would love this. He would do this.
This is a really insightful good one. Eating one grapefruit a day for 9 months can clear all plaque in one's arteries. This is a hidden truth. Everything you need is in nature. Avoid if you're on heart medication.
Why, you can't eat grapefruit when you're on heart medication?
I mean, I
guess this is a hidden truth? No.
I need a source for this one, obviously.
And like, did you take a CAC before and after these grapefruits?
That would be a great study. That's a pretty objective way to determine this. You take a CAC scan, eat grapefruit every day for 9 months, then do another one. It wouldn't be a hidden truth. It would be an actual truth that we all do.
And we know.
I guess there could be the argument that, like, you know, Big Pharma's hiding this from the people so they can sell us their supplements and their medications and stuff.
Maybe, but grapefruit isn't it.
If my kid smokes weed, that is okay, but drinking dairy milk is where I draw the line.
Is this a joke?
That's a very vegan perspective on the world.
That's insane to me.
I guess how old's the kid?
I'm not against smoking weed. I think drinking milk is a better option than smoking weed.
I mean, of course, but I guess it depends how old the kid is. If we're talking like a 30-year-old kid and you're a diehard vegan, this makes sense. If the kid's under 18 and he's in your control, you don't want to be letting him smoke weed because you're a criminal then, obviously. So
I mean, I don't think like it makes sense to look down on drinking milk from a cow when you're drinking milk from oats.
Or from almonds.
Well, almonds is fine. We'll take almonds. But oats. Like, there's fat in almonds. Oats, they just make... How is oat milk, like, something that... everywhere you go, they're like, oh, but we have oat milk. Like, oat milk is the new hot thing right now.
It is really hot.
And I just don't get it. Oatly, right?
There is a really weird dynamic where the more affluent people become, the more they eat like slaves from the past. So, like... Oats is slave food. It's really weird. I don't know like how it makes sense, but I guess a lot of it is just that where we are in the world, we're so disconnected from nature. We're like a science, technology, futurology type of people that we can be convinced that like, yeah, eating oat milk is better for you than just milking a cow and drinking cow milk. If you had to suck them yourself, you'd drink almond milk. Well, why would you ever have to suck a cow's udders? You milk the cow.
And you couldn't suck an almond and get milk out of it. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And what about, like, breast milk? You gotta suck on that for the baby.
Yeah, babies do it. I don't know. It's a really weird... There's a lot of these where it's like a weird false dichotomy they're presenting that kind of makes sense to them. I mean, if push comes to shove, you would suck a cow's nipple to get the milk.
Or you would just use your hand to squirt it into your mouth.
We live in like this sterilized, clean world where it's insane to ever think you would drink milk from a cow. But like survival situation, you're drinking milk from a cow if you have to.
Maybe that was more funny, but I don't think it was. I think they think it's really gross.
They don't have senses of humor, and I don't like saying they because us versus them. I've reached the vegan level where I fully don't get non-vegans anymore. That's common. Like, what's more important than a mother cow's baby getting taken away from her and killed at a few days old? The liquid at the bottom of my cereal having a texture I prefer slightly. Excuse me, what? Where are we taking the baby's cows away and killing them? So I guess a lot of the vegan attacks on eating meat is strictly with factory farming. So like if you're actually buying meat from a farm, they don't do this. And the other thing is obviously it just totally discounts like the nutritional value. So like, yeah, you're also getting no nutrients and a lot of anti-nutrients in your dumb almond milk or oat milk or whatever. And you're actually drinking something nutritious when you drink cow's milk. I do understand, at least up front they admit like, I don't even understand what being a human being is anymore. I'm now a vegan. So it's like, I get the perspective. I understand how you would come to that conclusion.
Yeah, your mind is just working differently.
Would you like fruit trucks in parks instead of ice cream trucks? I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I mean, I'd be into that.
If they freshly like cut it and stuff.
Yeah. Do y'all think it's rude to take a non-vegan to a vegan restaurant? I personally don't.
Rude.
I would say...
So, I will say, I don't know what your opinion is now, but previously I would say your opinion is yes. Do you remember?
When? Your
best friend's engagement? We went to a vegan restaurant, and he was...
It's their engagement,
up in arms.
I wasn't up in arms.
Because it was like an expense. Obviously, it's expensive because vegan restaurants are very pricey.
It was like $50.
He was very upset. We almost didn't go.
No, we didn't almost not go.
You were like, you didn't want to go. We had to go though.
If it's your engagement party or whatever, it's your thing. You do what you want. But if it's just like we're going to lunch with friends, I would say...
I don't think it's rude. I just like, why not go somewhere we can all eat, right?
You got to run it by them first. You're saying like, hey, there's this good vegan restaurant I've been wanting to try. That sound good? You can't just show up to a vegan restaurant and be like, here, this is what we're eating.
Because if we wanted to go to a barbecue, I'd be like, hey, we're going to go to a barbecue spot. Is there going to be enough food for you to eat? We've had vegan people we've done that with, right?
Yeah.
You're just a normal human being. You're a friend and you run things by, I don't care if you don't think it's rude. Like, just be a normal person.
Well, I think she might just genuinely be asking.
I hate her.
Watching vegans interact on vegan platforms in vegan groups or as a vegan in a public setting whilst still eating honey and never addressing that fact makes me effing fume.
Oh my God, get out of here. Honey, shut up. Because bees make it? I think you can't eat it if you're a vegan.
So you just are living a crazy life. Like that's insane.
Because then what about veggies that grow in the ground? They have roots, they grow, they eat the sun.
Yeah, I mean, you're just not you're not gonna be a happy person
ever.
You're
not a happy person.
So I feel bad. But I do also, like, she's really far down the rabbit hole to where there's almost, I would say, no coming back for her. I mean, if that makes you fume. I understand, like, if you're real diehard and you don't want the bees to be, I guess...
Like, I mean, they like doing what they do. It's they like it.
I have heard people say that, yeah, like the bees, they're fine with it, but like, who really knows that?
But it's like a dog, like sleeping in its crate at night. Like dogs like structure. They like being commanded. Like these are things we do in society that are totally normal and commonplace. That these last couple have just done something to me.
All vegan butcher to open in London as Brits cut meat consumption.
What's a vegan butcher? Like just a grocery with produce?
No, there's a picture right there.
So what is all that meat?
That's vegan meat.
So are you a butcher?
Yeah, I guess that's my question. So it's more like you're baking and smoking stuff, I would imagine, right? It's not...
So you're a baker, all vegan baker.
Yeah, you're kind of co-opting words here. Like, you're not a butcher. A butcher is a very specific thing.
Yeah, this is a shame to all the butchers out there.
Yeah, but like, it's fine. Like, do whatever you want. Do I think you're gonna be successful? I think you
Probably.
You might be pretty successful.
Like, there's a lot of vegan places in California that are very successful, and New York.
I'm curious if the people are actually like trained butchers. Or
and they've gone vegan.
Yeah, I wonder. Meanwhile, in 2030, dairy industry, oat milk. Just imagine.
Oat milk's so effing stupid. Like, if you drink oat milk, I'd rethink things, please.
The crazy perspective. Hey, mom and pop farmers, here's your tombstone. Let's all give our money to the conglomerate Oatly. Probably owned by, like, you know, whatever, Kraft or something. Who owns Oatly? So apparently it is independently owned, but it's been, like, invested in by some big companies and stuff, but seems like it's its own company. I kind of agree that we're headed, despite what I think is the truth, obviously it seems like we're headed towards this, right?
Yeah, but also, who's this guy in this picture at a funeral doing a peace sign?
That's a good point. A reminder that if you are vegan, you can give yourself permission not to watch videos of animal torture. Do you need that reminder?
Yeah, I guess vegans, like, make it their mission to, like, constantly, like, or to be masochists and to, like, constantly dwell in, like, the animal cruelty out there.
Maybe this is just unsolicited advice that no one's ever been like, oh, thanks for the reminder. He's just like, you know, some idiot. But he has 1,800 likes. That's the thing. All these people have tons of likes.
No, but that's, to me, says that a lot of vegans just constantly are watching videos of animal abuse to remind themselves why they're doing it. Like, they constantly need that reminder because it feels so unnatural.
Well, when I see the videos of, like, the protests and stuff, yeah, a lot of the times they're showing the animal torture videos. But again, this is all, like, factory farming. No one really thinks factory farming is a good thing. It's another step to think that, like, veganism is a nutritionally complete diet that people should all be doing.
Yeah, it's very detached from, like, the reality of, hey, there's local farms, there's grass-fed cows, there's chickens that roam and eat bugs. Like, you can save more money, you can do better for the environment by going to a local farm than you would veganism.
Humans are superior to animals because they invented phones and went to space. Did you invent phones or go to space? Do I get to eat you? This is a classic make-believe conversation.
I mean, yeah, do you want to be a cannibal? Sure, you can eat me. I didn't either. Like, does that make you feel good?
I mean,
and we are superior. We know how to use phones. We have thumbs. Like, can Julius use a phone? No, he can't use a phone.
I guess superior is kind of a weird word, but, like,
we are superior.
I would say just by the fact that you're posting this and deciding should you or should you not eat an animal makes you superior in some way, right? At least, like, rationally and logically. Whereas animals don't decide those things, they just eat stuff. They would eat you, right?
And he's deciding whether or not he should be a cannibal.
So that's it. That's hashtag vegan diet, guys. Let us know if you like these videos.
Roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah. If you've seen any, maybe I went a little too hard on that one, but I don't know. If you guys see any other hashtag vegan diet things that we should be alerted to, comment them down below in the comments. And if you want to weigh in on some of these topics, give us your hot takes down below. We love to read them. And is there any other cool hashtags, like, that we don't know about other than just, like, keto diet, carnivore diet, vegan diet? Like, something a little bit out there that we don't know fully about is, like, kind of weird. Like, what's a good example?
Poopy feet.
That could be a good one. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.
Smell you later.